Welcome to our explainer. Today, we're diving into a simple but really powerful method to completely transform your Christian book club discussions, taking them from just surface level chats to sessions that are absolutely packed with genuine insight. So, does this sound familiar? You've done the reading, you show up to your book club, but when the discussion gets going, you kind of feel like you missed the main point. It's a really common frustration. But believe me, there's a surprisingly simple way to fix it. And it all comes down to just 3 simple prep steps. If you can master these, you're going to unlock some incredible insights, not just for yourself, but for your entire group. It can totally change your whole reading experience. Okay, let's get into it. Step 1 starts with the simple summary. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A summary? That sounds like a high school homework assignment. But just stick with me here, because the real power of this step is all in the process. A summary, in this case, is really just about boiling down what you read. The goal is to capture the author's main points and the logical flow of their argument, but in your own words. Keep it short and sweet, maybe a single paragraph, or at the very most, half a page. So why even do this? Well, because summarizing fundamentally changes how you read. It makes you switch from just passively skimming the words to actively engaging with the ideas. You have to pay way closer attention, you have to kind of wrestle with the author's arguments, and as you do that, the book's entire structure just becomes crystal clear. You start to see the how and the why behind the message. But yeah, let's be honest, staring at a blank page trying to summarize a dense chapter can feel pretty intimidating. If that's you, don't worry. There's a fantastic, much lower pressure way to get started. So instead of a full summary, you can just write down 1 or 2 of your favorite sentences from the reading. See? This lowers that barrier to entry, but it still gets the main job done. It makes you really focus on the text and look for what truly stands out to you. And all that great intellectual work is the perfect foundation for step 2, reflection. This is where we move beyond what the author thinks and start exploring how the text actually connects with your own heart. Reflections are all about the emotional journey you go on while you're reading. It's about taking a second to ask yourself, hey, what did this make me feel? Did it spark joy or sorrow? Did it inspire you? Or maybe lead you to a new resolution? You just write down whatever it was that moved you. You know, this is often a lot easier than trying to hunt for some profound insight. It's totally personal, so there's no wrong answer. And by noting your feelings, you truly start to internalize the content. The ideas move from being just knowledge in your head to something that feels engraved on your heart, which, over time, can gently and powerfully shape your entire perspective. And this highlights a really crucial point. Our emotions and our intellect aren't separate things. They are deeply, deeply connected. When you engage your feelings, you actually deepen your intellectual understanding of the material. They're literally designed to work together. This brings us to the 3rd and final step. And you could argue it's the most transformative of them all, the call to application. This is where reading leaps off the page and right into your life. Application is a really simple concept. You just write down at least one concrete, practical thing you can do based on what you've read. It's not some vague idea. It's a real, actionable commitment. And this gets to a really direct question a lot of us have probably asked ourselves. You know, we read all these amazing, inspiring books, but our day-to-day lives don't seem to change all that much. Why is there such a gap between what we read and how we actually live? Well, the answer is in the action. The guide points us back to that timeless biblical principle that wisdom isn't just about hearing or knowing, it's about doing. Real transformation needs a decision to act. Now, here's the really powerful part. Committing to find an application actually changes how you read from the very first page. You start reading with your antenna up, actively searching for something you can put into practice. The goal shifts from just gaining knowledge to pursuing real-life change. And then when you share that in your group, it sparks that same inspiration in everyone else. It's amazing. So let's put it all together. Let's see how these 3 steps, summary, reflection, and application, all combine to create a book club experience that is just so much more dynamic. It all starts with the summary, engaging your mind, getting a solid, shared understanding of the author's core message. And from there, you add in reflection. This is where you connect that message to your heart and bring a bit of personal vulnerability to the discussion. And finally, application grounds everything in the real world. It turns what was passive reading into active living. Think of it like this. When everyone comes prepared with these three pieces, it's like a puzzle beautifully coming together. Each person's summary, their reflection, their application, it all adds a unique piece to the whole, revealing a picture of the text that's way richer than any one person could have seen on their own. So there you have it, your simple 3-step guide. Summarize to understand, reflect to internalize, and apply to live it out. Head, heart, and hands, all working together. It's that simple. And that really leaves us with one final, powerful question to think about, not just for your next book club, but for any book you ever read. What is one thing you will apply from your reading this week?